21s. 21s are an old school bodybuilding exercise that I have done forever and that I love. The focus of the 21s is obviously biceps because it's a bicep curl, but its main focus is on building the peak of the muscle, which is the top of that bump of the muscle, the belly, okay? So you're gonna be doing 21 repetitions in each set. That is 7 full curls, 7 half curls from the bottom, and 7 half curls from the top. Those last 2 are interchangeable and it doesn't matter which one you do first or second, okay? Pick a weight that is light for your very first set of these you've ever done. You can also do these with dumbbells. I'm gonna be showing it with a curl bar. You can also do it with a straight bar, by the way. So, you're gonna start. Good posture, shoulders over the hips, knees soft, sorry. Okay. Shoulders are pulled back, engaged in your back there, deep abdominals. We're gonna do 7 reps of a full bicep curl. Full meaning you're gonna come to a fully extended arm and a fully curled arm. So 7 of these. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna stop there and now I'm gonna go down halfway and then back up to the top. 7, pause, 6, watching that you're not allowing yourself to curl forward with it. You wanna resist that. 6, I don't know, I lost my count. 5, 4, watch those muscles. 3, let me show you from this side. 2, 1, bring it all the way to the bottom and then halfway up. 7, 6, keep the chest open. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down and put it down. Good, and the focus is on building that peak, okay? Yeah, most important thing to note is that you're not swinging or bouncing or popping your shoulders. You want to maintain this stability and control here. You want to resist this movement of the scapula as you're doing it. If you can't help that, the weight is too heavy. Lower the weight down, work on finding that proper form, and then build up in the weights that you're using. Superman swim. There are a couple of variations on swimmers that you will learn over time and that I've actually shown in previous videos, but this one is in a combination with Superman. So it's an extension exercise, and swim actually adds in an arm movement. You can choose if you're going to use weights. I would go light with something like a 3 pound. I wouldn't go much heavier than that. Or you can just go ahead and use simply your arms and you'll still get a challenge. You'll still get work and contraction in the muscles of the back. And so here it goes. So we're going to start in Superman. So you're going to start on your belly, legs flat, arms straight out in front of you, face down into the mat. You're going to exhale to engage your glutes and all the muscles of the rear chain of the body. So all the muscles in the back, starting from the neck all the way down to your glutes, even your hamstrings are a little engaged. You're extending the legs so that they lift off the ground, and you're extending the upper body, deepening that core to lift up off the ground. Now, it's not about how high you can arch up off the ground. This is an extension, not a hyperextension. Okay, so you're extending. That's Superman. Swim, we're going to add to that. One variation of swim is this. That's not what we're doing here. We are actually going to take the arms around like you've just done a breaststroke. And now you're extending even more into a hyperextension. Back down around and then release. Exhale to lift. Swim around, hyperextension, back around, and then down. Now, if you lack that range of motion in the shoulders, you can do a couple of different variations. You can go with a shorter arm. Yeah, or you can just hold up at the top, swim the arms through, swim them back, and then down. Up, back, up, and down. Okay, so there's a couple of variations on the movement for the swim portion of Superman swim. It's important that you remember that it is not a hyperextension in the first part. The swim takes you into a more hyperextension, and the exhalation should happen when you go into your extension, not holding your breath. You've got to exhale to engage your core so that your back is fully supported. Okay, here's a variation on an upright row, and actually what I would call a high fly, but I'm gonna actually call it a victory. So, this is an upright row to a victory. It is a shoulder, back, let's see, shoulder, back, chest a little bit, and of course core exercise. So, first starting with the upright row. I'm gonna go with a lightweight here and you'll see why in a second. So, you're gonna have your hands together in front of you with the shoulders back and the chest lifted, okay, always starting in proper posture. You're gonna pull the zipper up. So I also say it's like pulling your pants up to your chin. Pulling up at the top here, you're dropping those shoulders down. You don't want to be hunched up in your ears. Shoulders are down. From here, you're gonna bring it right back down, turn the palms in, and then like you're a cheerleader, these are your pom-poms, you're going up into a victory. And then back down. Now that is why the weights need to be lighter. Most of you will be able to do a lot more weight here, but what's important is that you're in control here and here. If you go too heavy, you're gonna strain those shoulders and it will be no fun at all. So again, as always, slow, controlled, proper form, and work with a weight that's appropriate for you. Here we go. Nice and slow. On that victory, I want to show you from this angle here. The arms are going to come up on an angle. So they're coming up and high V, okay? You want to get them out to a V. They're not straight up overhead. They're out to the sides on an angle. You want to make sure your chest is open and you're retracting those shoulder blades into your back. And then trying to maintain that as you bring those arms back down to the front. Okay, that is why it is so vital that you don't go too heavy. All right, smooth, slow, smart. Russian twist 4 times and knee tuck 4 times. We might do other variations and combinations of these, 2 and 2, 2 and 4, 4 and 2, doesn't matter. This is just gonna be a rundown of what it's gonna look like. Okay, so Russian twists we've done before, tucked under, heels on the floor. You can also lift the feet off the floor if you'd like. Rotating, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember, keeping your legs still. You're not letting them go against your rotation. You gotta keep that nice and solid. 4, 3, 2, 1, back to neutral. Then you're gonna bring your knees to your chest. 4, and your chest to your knees. 3, exhaling, 2, and 1 again. 4, 3, 2, 1, neutral. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2. One more time, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Notice I didn't take my legs out and in. It was a down and up circular motion. Okay? I'm not doing extensions like this. It's a different movement pattern, and the idea is that you're engaging those deep transverse abdominals and your rectus abdominis, those 6-pack muscles, and you're activating those obliques as well. So this is a full, well-rounded exercise. Those of you with diastasis recti, don't do the Russian twist portion, just do the knee tucks, or if you feel uncomfortable with that, go down to the ground and you can do your 1 in, 1 out. You could also do double presses as an alternative to that exercise. Okay, I'm gonna go over bent over row and curl. This is a combination of 2 exercises. Now, you're more than likely able to row a lot more weight than you are able to curl. The reason I'm putting these 2 together is because it's gonna work on your posture, your alignment, but also focusing more on the peak of the bicep muscle and the connection of your erector muscles, your mid-traps and lats, to what you're gonna be doing with the curl. So I'm gonna show this to you with dumbbells, a curl bar, and the cables. Okay, so let's start with dumbbells first. Okay, so your bent over position is like any other bent over. Knees soft, hips driving back, abs pulled nice and tight. Palms forward for this one. You're gonna row, then you're gonna bring your arms down and you're gonna curl them here. Bring them back down and then row. Bring them down and then curl here. Down and then pull. Keep the squeeze of the back and curl. That is the trick of that exercise and why I don't want you pulling and rowing and curling too much weight during that exercise. I'm gonna go to the curl bar next. I don't have any weight on it, but you'll get the idea. So again, same setup. Row, squeeze that back. Elbows together, chest is open, abs are pulled tight, bar goes down, curl there, back down, pull, and curl, and pull, and curl. Okay, and last, I'm gonna show you with the cables and the curl bar. Okay, so the curl bar is down at the very bottom. Okay, you're gonna pull it back and into your tilt over, bent over position. You're gonna row, and then you're gonna curl, and you're gonna row, and you're gonna curl. Okay, it's a little more challenging, I think, with the cable, because that resistance is pulling you or trying to pull you that way, so you really have to stabilize with your core. With the bar and with the dumbbells, it has a different sensation of stabilizing. You have to maintain proper postural alignment. You got to make sure you're not losing your shoulders. Keep your back pulled nice and tight. Keep those abs pulled in nice and tight. It's all going to work to help stabilize you. It's going to work those back muscles and, of course, biceps. But the beauty of it is you're also getting a little bit of shoulder work in there, a little bit of chest work. So you're getting a lot more bang for your buck with that combination of exercises. Okay, so this next combination exercise is a reverse fly to a stand up around the world. Now, this is a complicated combination because you are going to be changing your plane. So you're going to be starting in a bent over position and going to a standing position back into bent over. So it's really important that you pay attention to two things. Number one, the hip hinge of the bent over position. And the other thing you're going to need to pay attention to is the transition from here to here, because where your arms are going to be positioned. I'm going to show you first with no weights at all, because I'm going to actually recommend that most of you use either no weights for now in the beginning until you get a little stronger, more confident with the form, or very light dumbbells. And you'll see why. So we're going to go from a bent over position. So you've got your soft knee bend and your hips hinged back, so you're almost flat, parallel towards the floor. You're going to have your arms together. We're going to go into a reverse fly. So the arms are going to go back. You're squeezing your shoulder blades. Now from here, you're going to stand up without moving your arms. Then the arms are going to go up over the head, back down as you bend over to start again. Fly, stand around the world. Here, let me show you from this angle. Fly, stand around the world. Here. Slow and controlled. You can see that it's complex. There's a lot of moving parts. So moving slowly is going to help ensure that you're in proper form the whole time. The other thing that's going to help is making sure that you're not going too heavy on the dumbbells here. So I'm going to grab 5s, which for a lot of you might even be too much, shockingly enough. Don't ever feel like it's wimpy to go with a lighter dumbbell for certain exercises. It's actually really smart, and you're going to get better work out of it because you'll be in proper form and proper alignment. Okay, so don't let anybody tell you that for certain exercises it's not good to go light, okay? I know I'm an advocate for heavy lifting, but I'm also a true advocate for being smart. All right, so I don't want you getting hurt, trust me. So you're gonna bow over. Okay, we're gonna take our reverse fly. Here, from here, you've gotta stand, don't let those arms move. Around the world, up overhead, down nice and slow with control, bow back over, fly. Don't let the arms move. Around the world, and down to bow. Okay, so you can see how slow I was moving with that. Again, if you're moving, if you're doing these for time in like a HIIT program, don't think you got to get 25 reps in. Don't even think you've got to get 15 or 10 reps in. If you get a good 5 solid reps in and you're working with deep concentration, deep muscle contraction, you're going to get so much more out of it than if you're just flinging it around, okay? So that's it. Enjoy it.